How's it going, guys? Mask here, and welcome back to another MapleStory video. Now, today I have a really important topic to go over with you guys. It's all about getting the perfect weapon, or basically just an introduction to weapons in MapleStory in general, and things you must learn before investing in a weapon at all. In MapleStory, weapons have different base stats, and depending on those base stats, they will maintain them as you level them from normal to rare to epic to unique to legendary. I have a chart I've sort of made beside me here, and I'll get to that in a second. But essentially, you can loot. Actually, I have a couple weapons of this, a couple of the same weapons here. For example, this Ellie Ghost Bloody Wand only has 27 magic attack at its base. I suppose both of these do, so it's a bad example. But here's another wand with 28 magic attack as its base. That in fact, if you look at the chart here and go down the normal column all the way to wand, the highest base magic attack you can have on a wand is 30. Now, 1, 2, 3 attack doesn't sound like a whole lot, and a lot of you probably are just ignoring that and getting a weapon, investing in it, spending your mesos on it, and upgrading it. But when it comes to legendary, it's a difference of like 500 attack. Almost an entire quarter of your max potential on that wand is actually, that comes from the difference between 29 and 30 on a normal wand. That's how important this actually is. Now, to further explain what I'm trying to get across to you guys, let's jump into the trade station real quick here. So if I go to equipment, magician, wand, I know there's a max wand in here to look at. So we can look at the normal wands here. Magic attack 24. 27, 24, 30. This is a perfect wand. It's a base normal wand. It has no enhancements on it. It has 30 magic attack. So this is what you want to start with. If before you start investing in any of your weapons, you want to make sure you have a max base weapon. It's going to make such a huge difference in the long run. Let's see if we can find a unique wand to compare to. Perfect. So there is a bunch of them. Jump in here on uniques, and all of a sudden you can see 1,199, 1,267. So just here, there's a 68 magic attack difference between wands. This one's enhanced, so it's off. It's not a good example, but you see a solid 1272. Now, if we come over here and look at unique on wand, the max potential of a wand is actually 1,328 when it's unique. This is only 1,224. That's 100 magic attack, and this is only at unique. We haven't made it to legendary yet. I don't think, there is no legendary wands to take a look at in the store yet, so I can't really give you guys a good example. Here's a ridiculous example, 1,151. This has to be basically a complete one of the worst rolls you could have gotten on this wand. But if you were to buy this wand, if you were to have this wand, you'd be missing out on almost 200 potential magic attack. And that simply is as easy as making the mistake of not understanding this at the beginning of the game. And I mean, I didn't understand it. It took some of my guild members from Legendary to explain it to me, for me to figure it out. But the easiest way to do it is going to be start off as a normal weapon. Find, and I mean, if you guys just search the trade shop right now, you'd be surprised the offers you can find in there. But scroll through the trade shop, find, I mean, I wouldn't buy this one for 10 million mesos. That's a little over the top, but look for a maxed wand in there. Here's one for 2.5 million. That's getting a little more affordable. It's still expensive. Here's one for 5 million, but you guys understand now what it takes or what an actual max base attack weapon is. And here is a chart. Look at this chart. Every type of weapon is different. Spears max at 27, bows 28, claws 29, wands are the only weapon that maxes at 30, and guns max at 29 as well. Now this isn't everything to learn about weapons though. So let's jump back into the trade station and take one other look at something else that you need to understand when picking out a weapon. To do this, we're going to have to jump into about epic range to take a look. So there are 4 different kinds of weapons for all different classes. There's Brizer, Ellie Ghost, Jahin and Utgard. And I apologize because I'm probably butchering those pronunciations, as I always do. But correct me in the comments down below. I'd love to get that fixed up. Quest complete. Okay, so if we take a look at the Bryzer wand, the only thing that actually changes is this specialty stat right here. So boss attack increase. The Bryzer weapons are going to give you boss attack increase. Eligos weapons are going to give you a bonus crit rate. Jahin weapons are going to give you bonus crit damage. And that leaves Utgard weapons. They are going to give you bonus experience increase. So you're going to get, when you're picking your weapon that you're going to start heavily investing to, think about the end game. Utgard weapons, they're going to help you level faster, but I have a feeling you're going to get to that max level anyway. So you probably don't want to focus a ton on an Utgard weapon because that bonus stat's going to do nothing for you once you've maxed out. So you have your choice between boss damage, crit rate, and crit damage. So make sure you're paying attention to the subtype of weapon that you're going to pick up and invest to. And absolutely pay attention to this chart here. This is the chart that tells you what a perfect base roll on a weapon is. And you want to start things off with that perfect base roll before you start heavily investing into that piece of gear. I don't have the stats for armor yet. That's something I'll work on later. But your weapon is most definitely your weapon is the most important thing to start out with. That's your damage. That's your ability to farm. That's going to be basically your ability to progress in the game. So I was lucky and I got a 30 magic attack base Eligos bloody wand. Sorry, it's been up. I had a base Eligos wand. It was 30 magic attack. So I've been pouring basically everything I have into this now because I'm guaranteed it has max base stats. So at Epic, this wand was 658 magic attack before I started leveling it up, before I added the extra stars to it. And I'm ready to just dump everything I have into this. Now, with weapons, once you get them to Epic, they start having potential, which are other stats that the weapon can have. This is where the RNG gacha sort of starts coming into play with weapons. So with those, we're going to go down to, it's not enhance, it is change options, okay? So my potential I have, 2% max HP, 13 crit attack. Using Oculate Cubes, we're able to re-roll these stats. So that's going to be part of the end game of building a weapon, getting the best potential stat rolls on it, and that's not something I would focus in on a lot right now at the beginning. Right now, you just want to make sure you're getting the right weapon type that you want, whether it be boss damage increase, crit rate, crit damage, or experience gain, and make sure you have a base max stat weapon. Because you're going to be devastated when you find out just how much weaker your weapon is if you didn't start with a base max and you continue to upgrade it. It's shocking. Easily missing out on like 500 attack. Now, one last quick thing. I know I touched on Oculate Cubes. Now, and how you get to Oculate Cubes actually is by clicking on. It's in the forged. Sorry, here we are. From your bag, you're gonna go ahead and hit extract. Now, all of the gear that you don't want, you don't need, and is simply not that good, you can extract Oculate Cubes from. And that's going to let you... Oh, this actually, I might actually need to use this. And that's going to... And you can basically get Oculate Cubes freely this way, farm up gear, extract the Oculate Cubes out of them, and that's what you're going to use to re-roll those potential stats on your gear. So, in order to re-roll those bonus stats... Basically, when you come in here, and then a super important thing to realize is this is not selecting what you're actually going to extract. It automatically puts all your weapons and gear into this menu, and you actually have to click to take them out. I almost made this mistake last night, and I would have been devastated. I would have basically extracted all the gear I actually was considering keeping, and Well, I mean, you could even end up extracting something you absolutely want to keep, and that's terrifying. Lock. To save that, anything you actually want to keep, you should lock. Lock the piece of equipment, and then it will stop doing that. But here we are, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and extract. I can collect between 0 and 2 oculate cubes and 0 and 14 golden leaves. So you can also farm golden leaves this way as well, just by getting gear and extracting. We got 2 oculate cubes, 4 golden leaves, and although it does take 100 oculate cubes to re-roll those substats, so it is quite the grind. But you can get there. That's all that really matters. I would love to be able to re-roll these now, but yeah, 8. I require 100 oculate cubes because these are pretty terrible potential stats. But a more in-depth look at the potential system with some endgame with a focus on the endgame of it, I'll definitely get to another time. This video was mostly to just really get it out there and stress how important it is to get weapons with max base stats. So make sure you guys reference this chart. Spears are 27, bows are 28, claws are 29, wands are 30, and guns are 29 as well. Make sure you start investing in a max base stat weapon. And if you've already blown a ton of resources, a ton of your golden leaves, a ton of your mesos, it's probably not too late to restart. I would highly consider considering it. I'd highly suggest considering it, guys, because they give you a ton of bonus free resources at the beginning that you're not going to be able to make up easily if you've invested a ton of mesos and golden leaves and materials into a less than optimal base weapon. Like if your base weapon was 24, oh my gosh, that weapon is going to be like 600 plus attack down at max. You seriously want to consider redoing things if you started off with a base 24, 25, 26 even attack wand. I'm referring to, of course, 27 is perfect on a spear, so you're getting a little closer there and it's not so bad. Now I hope you guys learned something from this. This was it. I was really happy to finally figure this out because it gave me confidence to start investing in a weapon, and that really starts making you hit harder. I went from doing 1200 damage to hitting for 6,000s, which was clearing content so much faster now. So get a max base stat weapon, start investing in it, and you're not gonna regret it. But please figure out, if you did not start with a max attack base weapon, highly consider redoing things. It's not too late to catch up. But thanks for checking us out, guys. Lots more MapleStory Mobile to come. Hope you're enjoying it. Say hi in the comments down below. I'd love to talk to you. Also, there's a link to join my Discord in the description down below. Come in and join the Discord. We got a MapleStory section up there now that's growing and having a lot of fun talking to people there. And if you ever need advice, have questions, or you have any suggestions, I'd love to talk to you. Grab my Facebook and my Twitter in that description as well, guys. It's how you know when new content's coming out, when you can catch me live on Twitch. Smash that subscribe button and stay classy.